Ganeinu Academy for the NYC EDC Mass Timber Studio. Mass timber and infill vertical expansions in education occupancies under BC NYC 2022. Ganeinu Academy is a community Jewish K-8 school in Flushing Meadows, Queens that we've worked with since 2019. The first new construction phase is currently underway. It uses a poured-in-place concrete structural system and is scheduled to complete this summer. As part of the NYC EDC Mass Timber Studio, we've been studying a future phase of the campus that would require approval through the BSA. After seeing our completed Evergreen Charter School project, the client asked us to explore whether a future phase at Ganeinu could be built in mass timber. The project team includes myself and Hamad Hassan from Martin Hop Architect, along with the consultants listed on screen. Design work for Ganeinu began in 2019 with a multi-phase master plan. The campus includes an existing Type 1 FP in a converted synagogue building grandfathered under the 1938 code. Currently under construction is a cellar plus two-story Type 3A concrete addition, filed under the 2022 NYC building code. The new and existing buildings are separated by a 3-hour vertical fire separation, and this phase fully maxes out the allowable FAR. Based on the school's long-term program needs, we designed a future 12,000 square foot phase requiring BSA approval. That phase was intentionally limited to residential FAR and envisaged as a Type 3 addition. Prior to the 2024 Mass Timber Bulletin, a mass timber approach would have been viable. After City of Yes passed in December 2024, we reassessed the project and found it could support roughly 4,000 additional square feet, effectively an extra floor. This slide summarizes the technical and regulatory issues that emerged as we tested those possibilities. Here are renderings of the Phase 1 addition currently under construction. This shows how the future phase was envisaged in the original 2019 master plan. And here is that same phase re-examined after City of Yes. As we engaged with DOB, we began doing back-of-the-envelope analysis on the cost implications of the Technical Buildings Bulletin. What we found was a nearly 9% increase in construction cost. not driven by mass timber as a structural system, but by the construction processes and operational requirements introduced by the bulletin. Life safety must always come first, but every prescriptive requirement carries a cost, and collectively those costs reduce affordability. From an embodied carbon standpoint, the benefits of mass timber are clear. Using mass timber for just the top floor delivers a 24% reduction compared to an all-concrete baseline. Building all 4 floors in mass timber increases that reduction to approximately 58%. Mass timber delivers measurable climate benefits, but current regulation makes those benefits difficult to realize economically.
Today, New York City faces a housing shortage on the order of 500,000 housing units. City of Yes opens the door to incremental densification across neighborhoods by re-enabling the missing middle housing, allowing the city to build a little more everywhere. At Ganeinu, this meant a 3-story concrete vertical addition in the final phase of the 2019 master plan. The foundation was designed and is poured to support an additional 520 tons of concrete load. After City of Yes, incremental FAR allowed roughly 4,500 square feet of additional program space to take place. Using mass timber makes this possible. 4 mass timber floors add roughly 200 metric tons of load, less than half the concrete option, while achieving a 58% reduction in embodied carbon. Stepping back, mass timber reveals even greater infill potential. Without zoning limits, the existing footing could support a 5th floor of education space. If converted to residential, reduced live loads make a 6th floor feasible without modifying the foundations. Mass timber overbuild supports densification, mixed use, and adaptive reuse.
As we encountered the challenges of vertical expansion at Ganeinu, we zoomed out, looking at how City of Yes paired with mass timber could support residential infill at a citywide scale.
These residential pathways mirror the same code approaches explored earlier, applied to typical low-rise building stock across the city using the podium, Type 3 and Type 4 A, B, C approaches. We tested this with a 2-story mixed-use building in an R6 transit-oriented neighborhood in Forest Hills, Queens. City of Yes allows residential FAR to increase from 2.2 to 3.9, roughly 9,400 square feet, and a height of up to 90 feet. Using mass timber, we can add up to 3 floors and 9 to 14 housing units, leaving the existing building largely undisturbed. The most sustainable building is the one that already exists, and the best canvas is the one you already have.
Evergreen Charter School demonstrates that mass timber can deliver affordable, high-performance institutional buildings at scale, right outside of NYC. It provides real-world precedent for what becomes possible when regulatory pathways align. New York is leaving economic value on the table by not enabling mass timber, despite in-state forest resources and regional manufacturing potential. NYC is also missing low-risk opportunities to add housing through vertical expansions on existing 1 to 3 story buildings. Current DOB guidance unintentionally limits these projects by restricting construction to Type 4 heavy timber only, while other jurisdictions allow more flexible mixed material approaches. Prescriptive requirements in the Mass Timber Bulletin increase cost and risk, making many projects difficult to finance. Targeted code alignment without compromising safety could immediately unlock schools, housing, and mixed-use vertical expansion citywide.